Hey YouTube, this is RobMax1 here, and I'm here to do a review for DC Sneak Peek Superman. So this story basically has Superman in this new status quo of again not having any superpowers. And we really get very much we really have Superman being forced to fight off a supervillain, kind of implying that he has superpowers somehow. It's very, very weird. Honestly, there isn't. I think this book sort of didn't like the fact that it had to continue with this new status quo of Superman not having any powers, and it does kind of show Superman using his powers against this Bane-esque character. And I say Bane-esque character because the character looks a lot like Bane. Kind of a very goofy version of Bane, but he does kind of look like Bane. He's basically the guy in the green. The, the guy with this, with the, with the greeny-esque thing which isn't coming out. Basically, he's the naked guy, without a shirt on, fighting Superman. Yeah, I mean, the story's okay. I mean, it's not a bad issue necessarily. I really, really like this idea that we're bringing Superman back to how he used to look in Action Comics when the New 52 began. Which is something very much that Action Comics and Batman Superman kind of established. They kind of established that new look for him. As with this costume, it's not particularly very dashing. Like, he's a great character, don't get me wrong. It's just, I feel like the Superman title doesn't actually give him a lot to do with his own title, which is kind of unfortunate. But there's a really interesting interaction between him and Lois Lane in the end, where Lois Lane is apologizing for outing him. And their conversation is really, really interesting. And definitely, again, furthers this distance between Lois and Superman. Which, having come off reading Superman Unchained, is very, very interesting. So, it's definitely a very interesting title. Maybe might not be something I necessarily get issue for issue, but definitely might be something I get in trade, possibly. So yeah. I'm RobinX1 here, and I shall see you later for another review. Bye.